isn't it worrying to see the overall glee from so many vocal people in the media about the downfall of Philip Schofield? Now, I have no idea whether Philip Schofield is nasty or nice or powerful or whatever. I very rarely watched this morning. I caught a few minutes here and there, and I don't look at television very much. I occasionally look at Turkish television. I look at Russian media, Greek media. I think international television is very interesting. I think British television in bits and pieces is interesting, but most of it is so formulaic. I'm afraid I go to sleep. I would love to see a more dynamic TV in the UK, but I'm afraid a lot of it is anodyne. Now, the airbrushed, patronising approach of last week, where Philip and Holly were wheeled out with smiles and giggles and little kisses on the cheek and so on, was uncomfortable. And the ITV viewers switched off in their thousands, 500,000 apparently, dropped off the viewing figures. So now I suppose ITV's this morning only commands a viewing public of about 500,000. That's a terribly small number for a major broadcast magazine show on a terrestrial television channel. Extraordinary, and entirely down to the producers' obsession with rescuing this brand. This brand had overstayed its welcome and should have gone. Now, whether or not one should take seriously the gleeful rubbing of fingers by people like Mark Dolan on GB News. Oh, I'd do it for charity. I'd do it for charity. Help the heroes. I'd take my my fee from GB News, and I'd moonlight for ITV just to help. Just to make a point. I don't know whether we would actually want to see Mark Dolan gleefully rubbing his fingers like that. I don't think that would be the right thing to be doing. But I think ITV need to rethink their image. And I think they could lead the way in revamping morning television. I don't think it needs to be this saccharine, lifeless thing. I think what we need is a little bit of edge mixed with humour. I have no problem with humour. As you probably know, I'm as irreverent and as naughty as I think it is possible to be. But I think at the same time one does one's work and one tries to have a little bit of academic edge or authenticity, and I don't think it's all about reading from the auto cue and just smiling. I think there has to be substance, and I think that has been lacking for a long time on ITV. I think it's been lacking on BBC. You've got to remember, ITV has driven a lot of the BBC agendum. It was ITV, for example, which forced the BBC to put on early evening television. You know, in the 1950s, television stopped from 6 to 7 o'clock so that parents could put their children to bed. It was ITV which insisted, and there were parliamentary debates about it. ITV insisted on having programmes at that time, and that was the time, traditionally, when we had the early evening sitcom, like Are You Being Served?, Dad's Army, and so on. Now, we've got EastEnders, we've got wall-to-wall soap opera. Soap opera was the poor man's drama. Poor man's drama in the sense that it's just badly written. I mean, you know, if you want to, I don't think soap opera needs to be bad, but so much of that is formulaic. And why on earth can't we find some decent sitcoms, some decent entertainment? Instead, we have soap opera, we have reality TV, we have anodyne entertainment on a sofa. What else do we have? Very little else, and a lot of repeats. And occasionally we have good drama. I was looking the other day at Russell T Davis's Nolly. What a spectacular piece of work. But again that's about a lady who was sacked suddenly from a job that she felt quite secure in. And sacked why? Because producers simply wanted to turn things around and wanted something different. And I think the shock was so great that it acted as sort of catalyst, and she was dead within a couple of years. Really, really sad. And it's like bringing Ofcom into a school. I think we need a better way of doing things. I think we need more job security in the arts. I think we need more thought in what the arts do. And far less of this backslapping by a very, 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 very small, powerful cabal in television world. And that stretches, television world stretches throughout all the channels. And I think reality TV needs a serious investigation. And I've been calling for this for some time. I've been writing to the Department of Digital Culture, Media and Sport and to the Home Office. And the years go by and there's no serious replies. There will be eventually. There has to be eventually. And what we are suffering in the meantime is drivel from TV. And in the end, people would switch off and we will have no TV left. I think TV is a great medium. I would like to see it rescued.